Hey there, I'm Mike Bills with Measurable Solutions, and this is Whiteboard Wednesday. And today we are talking about the importance of relationships with your patients, right? Your patients are obviously the lifeblood. They're the thing that you guys come to work for every day, that you come to work to improve the status of, the condition of, etc. But there's really so much more that a good, strong, healthy relationship with a patient can do for you. And it really comes down to you can use that. That can be the single sole thing, a relationship with a patient that you use to help to build your practice, that you use to get good reviews, that you use to get the word out there. And really, if you look at it, great service and great interaction and great relationships with your patients turns into great word of mouth. And that's what public relations is. It's getting your good works known. So you have a great opportunity with every patient you work with to really get a great opportunity to get that word out there, et cetera. So here's how you're going to do that. You really want to kind of think of it as wagging the patient's tails, right? Think about a dog. A dog's so happy to see its tail's moving all the time. I love dogs. I've always had dogs. But, even a cat loves you. They'll come up, their tail kind of wags as they sit down and they nuzzle into you, etc. And that's really what your patients can do for you too. They will be happy to see you in the grocery store, etc. You've got to use that and use that relationship to your advantage and get the most out of that you can. So the first thing you got to do is you got to build affinity with your patients. Well, what is affinity? Affinity is really a like or a liking for something or someone. Your patients like you. They know about your kids. They know what you did this weekend. They know where you went on vacation. They know all of these things about you. Use that to your advantage because that affinity, well, what does it equal? It equals new patients and patient compliance. Patient compliance is that patient finishing their plan of care. Them telling that patient working on the table next to them, hey, come to therapy. When Joe says come to therapy, he means come to therapy. And if you come to therapy, you're going to get better. So that affinity, they will be your sounding board. They will be your walking billboard for you, and it's free. The second thing you got to do when you're building relationships with patients is validate them. Help them to see that they are getting better. Validate the improvements that they have, the things they're doing well. Acknowledge them. Give them kudos. Give them that cookie. And every time you give them that cookie, their tail's going to wag. And every time their tail wags, you're going to get some new patients and you're going to get some patient compliance out of that. Because they'll go home, they'll be like, man, my shoulder is so much better. They're talking to their neighbors, they're talking to the other parents at basketball practice, whatever it is. That affinity equals new patients and patient compliance. And then the third thing you got to do, really simple, is give standing ovation service and interaction at all times. In our practice, we call that exchange in abundance. We want to give way more than anything anybody's expecting. When you come to therapy, it needs to be an experience. It needs to be something that draws their attention to, wow, this is really great service. And if you're doing that, again, you're building great affinity, you're giving them validation, you're giving this standing ovation service so that every time you walk into the room, that patient wants to give you a round of applause, give you some acknowledgement, etc. That's a good relationship, and good relationships equal new patients. And so if you get these three actions in, you are going to get 3 times more new patients coming to your practice. You're going to not know what to do with it. You're going to have a whole different problem, but that's a separate Whiteboard Wednesday topic. So, hey, I hope this helps out. Get these in place. Make sure you're having good affinity. Give validation. Give standing ovation service. And let's get your practice rocking and rolling. So I love to hear what you have to say. Do me a favor. Put some comments in the boxes below. Let me know how it's helping you out. Let me know issues you're having, and we can help you out and get your practice really rolling. So I hope to see you for next week's Whiteboard Wednesday talk. Have a great day.